Hello and welcome to Trial TV Live. I am the Squeegee of Justice. Thank you so much for joining us. We are going to be checking out Lori Daybell, Esquire, as this is her first hearing as her own counsel. So let's review quickly what Miss Daybell is up against. So she's appearing before a Maricopa County judge for her first hearing since she was approved to represent herself in court. And this is all taking place in Arizona. This all started out when her son Joshua J.J. Vallow and her daughter Tylee Ryan left the planet in 2019. Their bodies were found in 2020 in the backyard of her new husband, Chad Daybell. Lori was convicted of those of her kids' unalivings in July of 2023, and she had sentenced to life. Now, this happened in Utah. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Idaho. This was in Idaho, sorry. Without the possibility of parole. She was then extradited to Arizona after Governor Hobbs signed an agreement to do so, and that was last year. Now, she's in Arizona now because of her former husband, Charles. he's unalived. And then another case, shooting attempt of Lori Vallow's niece and ex-husband, or her niece's ex-husband. So each of those cases are going to have its own trial. So it's just a mess. She's just a disaster. So thank you guys for all coming. Really appreciate you guys being here. This is awesome. I see a lot of you from, Tennis Girl. Good to see you. Remy Nas, how are you? Hola. You're here for the snark. Yeah, whenever you go pro se, this is like Sarah Boone. So a lot of you guys were watching Forta versus Segura, so I appreciate you guys coming over here. Therapist, Holly, good to see you. Lily Wayne, Julie, Mandy Strong, you made it. Krista Limited Edition, yay. Trial Junkies United, objection, you made it. Lil Miss, you're with us, cool. Cajun Bayou Queen, yep. Picked a good one with Segura, thank you, appreciate that. That's who else? Artie B, hello, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Oh, Afton Forehead, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for joining us. Nurse Not Lawyer, hello to you. Good to see you. Thank you. Green-Eyed Cat, afternoon. You got some snow where you are? Pammy, yes, Pammy, of course. JC Fenoli. I thought prisoners in state jails were not allowed to change their hair color. Yeah, well. All right, guys. Florida PI Sam, you made it over. Lily Wayne, fantastic. NR, hey, good to see you. Alien Spaceship Sound Effects and Vlog. I'm new. Hello to you. Alien Spaceship Sound Effects and Vlog. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it, guys. All right, let us get into Miss Vallow Daybell, whatever she's going by these days. All right, I'm going to squeegee myself down here, and let us pull it up and let's watch together. All right, here we go. I'll see you on the other side. I think it's only 15 minutes, so it's pretty quick.
Inmate Legal Services works. Did you receive the state's response yet?
I did receive it yesterday, but okay. I was hoping that I could put my response on the record today, my reply.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, let me get my glasses. Do you want me to stand, Your Honor, or can I just sit here?
You can sit there.
So the state has claimed in their response that these documents are not material in the case, and this defense is entitled to this specific evidence for the proposition that this evidence can be used to impeach the thoroughness and good faith of the police investigation and the intent of the prosecution. That's Kiles versus Whitley, 514 U.S. The acid test of this prosecution is not a matter of determining if the defendant is guilty of the crimes that the defendant is charged, but rather, was any crime even committed? And where is this evidence? This defense has yet to find any evidence of a conspiracy in the 100,939 pages that have been turned over by the state. The state does not get to say, like they did in their last motion to us, in their last answer, to say, oh, we gave you over 100,000 pages, so that ought to keep you busy. That's not how it works. These are serious charges, and these are serious consequences for these charges. In determining the actuality of a crime, the state is required to meet, in reality, not in theory, a standard of culpability that is defined by law as a crime. The state is required to meet the challenge of defense reasonably without bias, conflict, prejudice, or speculation. So the defense, we keep filing motions for discovery since we don't know if it's some kind of strategy of the state that they're holding back this actual evidence of conspiracy in hopes that the defendant won't have time to prepare a proper defense against the evidence that comes forward at the last minute. This court has denied every motion the defense has filed to acquire this evidence. The state has claimed in their response to the defense's motion that the defense's request is overbroad and wide-sweeping. Is this the defense left to pinpoint where this evidence is and try to find it? No, that is not the law. The state is required by law to give the defense evidence of the crime they are being charged with. This is the purpose of the Brady Law and the right to due process. This is why in 2020 the United States enacted the Due Process Protection Act that provides defendants like me with greater protection, Brady versus Maryland. The state has continued to impede the defense from conducting a defense. This is a violation of the 14th Amendment of our great Constitution and the defense's due process rights. Today, the defense is requesting that this court do the following three things. One, order the state to turn over all evidence of a conspiracy since our trial begins in 76 days from today. I would also ask that they would pare down their witness list to these witnesses that will actually be testifying so the defense can conduct productive interviews. And then I would like for all motions and responses to be sent directly to the defendant in a timely manner. I'm having a really hard time getting this stuff. I don't get it from ILS to 7 days after things have been filed, after your orders have been rendered. I'm not getting these. This defense intends on starting trial on time without delay, and I request that also that this defense requests that the court grant the motion to order the state to produce all discovery of extradition at this time so that we can get started on getting prepared for trial.
What does anything in the extradition have to do with the underlying charges? Can you tell me that?
Yeah, it's to find out why all this started when I can't find any evidence that there is. So,
have you read the grand jury transcripts?
I have.
Okay, the grand jury transcripts summarize what the state's evidence they intend to produce at trial.
I understand that.
So when you say you can't find anything, that is the summary in the grand jury transcripts?
Correct.
Okay. So I guess I don't understand how an extradition a year or so after the fact, after the indictments, would have anything to do with the underlying charges. So can you articulate that for me?
I can, Your Honor. There's the detectives that are on these cases are all continuing to go back and forth with all of these different agencies. You have the FBI, you have all the different agencies that are working together. You have Rexburg, Fremont County, you have Chandler and Gilbert. You have all these people. Then I have them coming on, and they're going to be on the stand, and they're going to be in trial, and they're going to be saying what they reviewed. They've reviewed all these things. And there's communications between all of these agencies that I feel like that the defense is privy to. We should be able to have that and look at that and see where all this came from, where all this started, why they waited 2 years to make these charges. There's all these things, and why they decided to extradite when I saw someone sent me a news article 3 days before I got brought to Arizona that MCAO was putting out a release that they were not going to pick me up and they were not going to extradite me to Arizona until after my appeals were finished. So it's contradictory to that. I just don't know where it came from. And there's a lot of things that are mystery questions to the defense that we are entitled to according to the law.
All right, well, everything you've just told me, none of that would be relevant in the trial in the case in chief. Does the state intend on producing any iota of evidence or presenting any scintilla of evidence of anything that happened after the dates of crime that have been charged in the indictments?
The state, although there is information that occurred after that will relate to the conspiracy that has been disclosed to the defense, anything that occurred after the indictment, during the extradition process is completely irrelevant and will not be brought in during the trial.
I didn't mean the date of crime listed in the indictment. I meant the date of the indictment. Correct. So the state doesn't plan on presenting any evidence to a jury of anything after the indictment.
Correct.
So how would that, anything to do with the extradition, be relevant to your trial then?
I feel like it's relevant to the whole, Your Honor, in the sense that the police investigation and the intent of the prosecution, it doesn't make sense. I would like to be able to have that.
All right. Are you otherwise on track for your trial date?
Correct.
Are there interviews going on with your investigator or your advisory council team?
We're working on getting those set up right now.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to address today? This was sort of just a status conference to make sure things are on track.
I have 2 motions that I'd like to file with the court today.
All right. Do you have copies for the state?
I don't today. I thought you could make a copy.
Can we see them?
Sure.
I'll ask the deputy county attorney, from your perspective, anything we need to discuss here today? Yeah.
No, Your Honor.
How long, I'm assuming the 2021 case would be the case that the state intends to try first?
Correct.
How long would that case take for the state's portion to present?
Probably a couple weeks, Your Honor. I mean, and I say that obviously I'm unaware of how long defense will take for cross-examination. So I would probably ask to pre-screen the jury for significantly longer than that.
Meaning 3 weeks or 4 weeks?
Yes, Your Honor. I obviously do not know what Ms. Daybell is going to question any of the witnesses.
As we're looking toward that trial date, is advisory council willing to assist the defendant on the jury screening process if we do the electronic questionnaire?
Yeah,
Okay. All right, good.
Going outside of our scope, but yes.
Sure. I have received a motion for specific discovery from the defendant, well, 2 separate ones. Just going forward, can you title them maybe what specifically you're looking for? Because if you name all your motions the same thing, it gets a little difficult to keep track of them. But I have 2 separate motions for specific discovery.
Just like discovery 911 call.
For example, on this one, you could title it something like motion for discovery related to the Gilbert DR number or something like that, just to differentiate these. We'll make copies of these for the prosecutor, and then we'll have those filed with the clerk today. One of your requests was to have the state send you directly any pleadings, which according to their mailing certificate at the back of the pleadings, they are mailing them to you. I can't do anything about how long the jail takes to process that. So I do recognize that there's probably some delays on that, so we won't hold you to the normal reply times because of those delays that it takes getting through the jail administratively. All right.
In that case, Your Honor, could we have perhaps that go to my investigator, then I could maybe get those faster? Can he also be included on that?
Your Honor, I do email them to advisory council as well as in the court, so
All right.
but there's not much else I can do.
Who's your investigator?
Jeff White.
And your advisory counselor in contact with him? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So the record will reflect that the state's getting a copy of those two motions today, and then the state will respond accordingly. I'll just set a I'll have you reply within 10 days of the date of the filing of their response. All right. Depending on what and then I'll rule on the motions as they come, or I'll set a hearing if need be. But at this time, I'm going to affirm the final trial management conference of March 18 at 8:30 a.m. in this division. Trial date's currently March 31. Again, the first case that would be heading to trial would be the 2021 case. Anything else for today?
Yes. Will trial be staying before Your Honor? And if so, will we be staying in this courtroom?
I don't know yet. I'm going to confer with the associate presiding judge, and I suspect it will stay here and it will stay in this courtroom, although for jury selection, we may move to a bigger courtroom if we're doing in-person voir dire.
And Judge, I do know there will likely be the next of kin present. This courtroom obviously does not have a victim room or a witness room. With the media, that obviously makes it more difficult for the state to keep those individuals away from each other, from overhearing each other in this type of case. So obviously, we're happy to stay before this court, but would be requesting that this be reset or moved to the South Court Tower so we would have those accommodations.
I'll talk to the criminal presiding judge and the associate presiding judge regarding that, and it's just a matter of availability of bigger courtrooms. Anything else from the defendant?
I just was going to ask, can we set both trial dates, or how are we going to do that?
You'll have two separate jury trials with two separate juries.
Correct.
So the first trial that will be on or around March 31st. We anticipate when that trial's done, we'll talk about how quickly we're going to do the second trial. Does that answer your question?
Somewhat, yes.
Okay. It's hard to set the second one without knowing how long the first one's going to take, and then the readiness of everyone as far as the second one after the first one concludes. All right, we will be at recess on that matter. I'll take any motions under advisement.
All right, so that concludes our first witnessing of Lori Vallow Daybell, pro se, representing herself, and it did not disappoint. And whoever is going to go to this, please, please, please let us know. Therapist, you know, if you are going to go, please let us know. We've been in contact with somebody. Don't know if they're in our chat right now, but somebody lives out there, and they're wanting to be boots on the ground for us. So, if anybody in the chat is going to go, please let us know. And I meant that to rhyme. Oh, this is going to be good, you guys. This is going to be good. All right, let's recap. So, Lori comes firing out, dropping some case law. Kyle versus Whitney. Was a crime even committed? She says, with over 100,000 pages of documentation that the state has given her, she says there's no evidence. Oh, I have to sneeze. False alarm. I hate when that happens. Uh-oh. Oh, man, I hate that. Okay, so the state is required to prove there was a crime. Excuse me. Yes, the defense keeps, okay, so the defense keeps filing motions of discovery. Okay, that's her. Yeah, she kept saying the defense, which I suppose is appropriate and accurate. She would like all motions sent to defendant in a timely manner because it says it takes at least 7 days after the filing. She says it's a mystery to me why this is happening according to the law. And then the judge comes back, this was just supposed to be a status hearing. Judge Justin Bareski, this was just supposed to be a status hearing. And then he's like, is there anything else? Yes, I have 2 motions I'd like to file. I thought you could make copies for me. Oh, this just is going to be just too good. Then the judge says, I won't hold you to a normal time frame due to the jail and getting documents to and from. Jeff White, we heard, is her investigator. She does have an advisor. I'm not sure who her advisor's name is. Then the judge says, we're not sure which courthouse we're going to be in. State says, well, next of kin is going to be present, but with all the media, it's going to be difficult to keep witnesses away from each other. And she requested to move it to the South Tower. The first court date, there's 2 trial dates. The first one is going to be on or around March 31st, and then the second one will be right after that. So let me see if I can find any other, because this happened the other day, but let me see if I can find anything about, let's see, news. Okay. Just seeing if there's like a recap. Oh, here we go. Takeaways from Lori. Here we go. This is, oh no, that's, okay. That's just that. Okay, these are all videos. I'm trying to find something that's not video. All right, I was just seeing if somebody else gave, okay. So she's on Friday. This was earlier today. She was she questioned why the Maricopa County Attorney's Office chose to extradite her when it did, and asked the judge to order the office to provide any materials related to her extradition. She submitted 2 motions for discovery requesting evidence, pleadings, and witness lists from the prosecution. So that's what she was. Those were her two motions. So we find that out. Judge Bareski questioned Vallow Daybell's request for materials related to her extradition, asking what bearing it had on her charges. Lori says it's relevant to the whole, Your Honor, in the sense that the police investigation and the intent of the prosecution. It just doesn't make sense. I remember that. County prosecutors argued they would not present evidence at trial that went beyond the date of Vallow Daybell's indictment, stating that such material was irrelevant. Bareski did not rule on the motions. He reiterated that the conspiracy to commit M related to Charles Vallow would be the first to go to trial. So we knew that. Okay, that's pretty much it. I think I did a fairly good job of covering that. All right, we'll get to your questions and or comments. Anything, we'll start with Lily Wayne. Thanks for bringing this to us. You're quite welcome. Appreciate it. And lots of new people in the chat. So always good to see you seeing new people on the chat. Really appreciate it. Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong one. Ha! I got the wrong one. That was that's the other case. All right. I am going to see what you guys are talking about. Is there anything? It isn't Chad's ex. It is attempted murder for his. Yes, that is true. Marley Mom. That is true. She is on trial for her niece's ex-husband and then her former husband, I think it was 3 or 4, her fourth husband, Charles, who was the baseball player, and Lori's brother shot him, and he claims it was self-defense. Yeah, Lily Wayne, Charles' case is, everyone seemed to like him. Yep, Charles seemed like a pretty cool guy. Agreed. Kathy Smith, we saw her on police cam just after Charles's death. She was so inappropriate. Yep, I agree. I agree to that. It's for Charles gone and Brandon attempted. Brandon attempted gone. Thank you, Lily Wayne. Lily Wayne, thanks for this case too. Yes, Aaron has shown me a couple times on how to pop out the chat. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can work my way through it. I'm gonna try. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see here. Nope, do not want to do that. Close. Nope, do not want to do that. Yep. Okay. All right. So. Don't want to schedule anything.
I'm coming.
All right.
Are you in Chrome?
All right. Thank you to Aaron for. All right, Baca of 3. If you live close, you would go. Just saying, nothing interesting happens in Minnesota much anymore. Yeah, who's going? Therapist, are you going to go? Joe Schmo, I think he reached out to us. He wants to go. So if anybody's going, please let us know. All right. Thank you to Aaron.
Sorry.
Let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know who's going to be going to this trial. All right, therapist, thinking about it. You have a friend in Arizona. Nudge, nudge. So what'd you guys think?
Snark.
What'd you guys think of the snark? She came in flying in hot. High talker. High talker talking high. Real Happy 33. Highly unlikely she blames Alex.
Well, she can't. She doesn't even think a crime happened.
Yeah, she doesn't even think a crime happened. Yep. Yes, therapist, go, 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 go. If you have the ability to go, even if you just go for like a day or two, opening statements would be awesome. Oh, Baca, you have in-laws in Arizona? If you're up for it, hey, whoever can get there and be boots on the ground, you can do what I did with Sarah Boone, and what Jules did. Give updates, at lunch break, at the end, do recaps with us. Nurse Not Lawyer says she's narcissistic and used to getting her way, especially with men. Yep.
Yeah, I wish the judge was a woman.
Yep. Ola says she likes the drama. Yes, she does. Yeah, we're going to see some more status hearings, so we'll definitely have some more opportunities to see the crazy. Mods, do I need to stop the bus? Do I need to stop the bus and come back there? Don't make me stop this car. Misconduct says, why did she have a lawyer sitting next to her? I thought standby counsel was just that, standing by to take over. Well, as we saw in Quentin Nixon out of Ohio, he had counsel, right? He was representing himself and his counsel was there helping him. I think they can help if you have questions, but I don't think they can just get up there and start talking for you. So I think it's kind of the same thing. If she needs the help, she can ask a question. I don't know for sure because I'm not a lawyer, but that was my take on Quentin Nixon. He would consult his lawyer often, not all the time, but often, and his lawyer would give him advice. So I think it's kind of going to be the same thing. Lily Wayne, I'm not going. They wouldn't let me across the border if they checked my YouTube watching. Yeah, all of us. Thank you, Florida PI Sam. That's correct, and they have to be present. So I made an intelligent guess. Yay! And I was correct. So is there talk between Capri and therapist? Are you guys possibly going to go? Yeah, if you guys can sort it out, that would be awesome. Pammy says, Justice Obsessed is planning on going for a bit. Okay. Justice Obsessed, please reach out to us. info@trialtvlive.com. Anybody that's going and or wants to reach out to us, I just dropped our email in the chat here. So if you want to communicate with us, please info@trialtvlive.com. Let us know if you're going to go. You can be boots on the ground. We can have you on if you want. She's in the chat. Okay. Justice Obsessed, if you are even remotely thinking about going and or if you want to go, yeah, please reach out to us. Pammy, why can't you... Squeegee. I like that. I like that better than squeegee. Squeegee. Just today, Pammy? Why can't you type just today?
Say hi to Deo.
You know I'm kidding. Oh, Deo, are you in the... Is Deo in the chat? Hey, Deo.
He's watching.
All right, Deo. Good to see you, man. Forrest Nelson. Hello to you. Lots of new people in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it, guys. I think this is going to be a fantastic trial. We are so looking forward to it. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be the Sarah Boone that we were thinking was going to... I think Sarah was maybe a little bit more together. I think Lori is definitely living in another time warp continuum. Easy. Oh, alien spaceship sound effects and vlog. I like your handle. That's great. Nice channel.
Oh, there's Dale.
Where's Deo? Oh, there's Deo. Hey, Deo.
Everybody say hi to
How you doing, Deo? Chat, say hi to Deo. He is
A friend of
a
ours.
friend of ours. I think it's safe to say that Deo is a new friend of ours. Thank you, Deo, for joining us. Appreciate it. All right, guys. I guess that's pretty much it. Really not much else going on. We finished up day 2 of Florida versus Segura. We've just watched Lori Vallow Daybell. Ding dong Daybell. Sorry, don't mean to just say that. Not going to disparage her. No disparaging. So let's see. We're going to be off this weekend, even though we should probably be streaming to catch up on Segura. But we need some time off. Or do you want to?
We do?
Do you want?
Well, we have a meeting tomorrow at
Yeah.
3.
We got a meeting with our mods.
Yes.
All right, maybe Sunday. Maybe Sunday we'll do something on Sunday.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get days 3 and 4 for Segura on Sunday if you guys want to watch, and then we'll pick up because there's a new trial coming out on South Carolina. I want to watch live. I want to get back to live trials.
Yeah.
So all right,
Well, isn't there a trial coming up next week?
yeah, the South
Okay.
Carolina one,
Okay.
yeah, but that's probably jury selection. Kathy Smith. I'm not even sure what that means. Lori, people, Kathy, I'm not quite. I like it, but I'm not quite sure what that means. All right, Deb H, thank you for being with us. Enjoyed the show for sure. It was quick. It was only a few minutes, but yeah, join us Sunday. We're going to finish. We're going to continue on with Florida versus Segura. Henry Segura. It's a good one. Here's a good. Nurse, not lawyer. Anyone know if Tylee and JJ's parents will be attending the trial? They, the defense said there will be. How did she put it? Next of kin present. So I would suggest that they will be there. Oh gosh, what are their names? I'm drawing a complete blank. The grandparents.
Kay and...
What is his name?
Oh my God.
Oh, I
What
can't
is wrong
believe
with us?
we forgot his name. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Larry. Kay and Larry.
Kay and Larry. Yes, Kay and Larry will be. I would bet that they will be there.
They're going to be there because it's Kay's brother.
Yeah.
Charles is Kay's brother.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, not nurse, not lawyer. So Kay is
Charles' brother.
sister.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kay and Charles were brother and sister. Kay is the sister, Charles' brother, yeah. Oh, there, Kathy Smith. There you go. Thank you, Kathy. It was taking us a while to get there. Pammy says, Tyler's grandmother's Charles' sister. Yep, Kay and Larry Woodcock. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
And
Yep,
JJ's grandmother.
and JJ's grandmother. Yep, all good. See, our chat, you guys know what you're talking about. All right, cool. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I've got... I don't have a cold beer waiting for me, but I could use a cold beer right now. Thank you so much for watching us. We really appreciate it. This is Trial TV Live. I am the Squeegee of Justice. Thank you all for watching us. I'm going to come back to this because we got some outro music for you. So thank you for watching us. Join us. It looks like Sunday we're going to stream Florida versus Segura day 3 and 4. I think I can get those 2 days in. I'm hoping. And have a good weekend if we don't see you. If we do see you on Sunday, we'll see you then. All right. Bye, guys. Oops. Let me try that again. All right. Bye, guys.
Mm-hmm.